Knox, let's talk about Australia's coins.
Right.
So what's the basic unit of currency in Australia?
Australian dollars. They're like a little bit less than US dollars.
In value?
In value.
Uh-huh.
So there's like 70 US cents is equal to 1 Australian dollar.
All right.
So if there's something that's like, if you go to Australia and there's something that's like $1, it's really like 70 cents for us.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
trying to put that in perspective.
And whose face is on all Australian coins?
Queen Elizabeth II.
Does it look the same on all of them?
No, so like every once in a while she updates the look of the front of the coins. So like in the 70s, the picture on the front of the coin would look different, much like she would look much younger than in like the most recent version.
So she must not be too vain if she's willing to age on her
Yeah.
coins, right? So there's no penny in Australia. What happened to the penny?
Well, pennies and 2-cent coins, which they also used to have, they decided that they should get rid of them because they cost more to make than they were worth, so it was bad for the economy. So they abolished 1 and 2-cent coins, which was probably a good idea.
So what, thank you for your editorial comment. So what is the smallest denomination of coin? And why don't you hold it up so we can see relatively how big it is?
So this is the 5-cent coin.
Okay.
And
What's on it?
well, we talked about what was on the front, and
Uh-huh.
on the back here is an echidna,
Okay.
which it's kind of like a porcupine, except like a little smaller, and the quills are like bigger around. They're
Uh-huh.
scarier.
And did you ever see an echidna when you were there?
I saw some dead ones. We saw roadkill echidna, and we saw a 100-year-old dead museum echidna.
Okay. Let's look at the next one. What's on the 10-cent coin?
So on the back of the 10-cent coin here, we have a lyrebird.
Uh-huh.
It's mostly the tail, because it's a very fancy tail that goes everywhere.
Okay. We never saw any of those.
No, we didn't
No.
see any.
And then is there a quarter?
No, they have a 20-cent coin instead
So
of
it's-
a 25-cent
So
coin.
should I call it a fifth?
No, no one calls it that.
Okay. Sorry.
You're a dork.
So what's on the 20-cent coin?
The back of a 20-cent coin is a platypus.
All right. It's big. The coin is big.
The coin.
Yeah.
Because platypus is not big.
Right. So we got another Australian animal, platypus. And then we get to the great big one.
This is the biggest one. The 50-cent coin.
Uh-huh. And how many sides does it have?
12 sides. It's got a kangaroo and an emu on it, and the shield, which is the Australian coat of arms, the
Okay.
picture that's on the back.
And what's in the Australian coat of arms?
Well, on the shield part
Uh-huh.
of it is 6 symbols that each represent one of the 6 states in Australia, because they only have 6, not like 50.
And other than being Australian animals, why are the kangaroo and the emu featured on the coat of arms?
Because they can't move like directly backwards. And so it's kind of like a symbol for Australia that they're always moving forward or something.
Okay. All right. And then Australia has $1 and $2 coins that are different color. So show us what size that is. What's on the $1 coin?
The $1 coin is a bunch of kangaroos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like these like score marks. I'm not sure.
Okay.
What are they called?
It's called reading, I think.
Reading
Uh-huh.
on the sides, which are interesting.
Okay. And then the $2 coin, which is actually pretty small. What's on the $2 coin?
It's like the second smallest one.
Uh-huh.
On the back of the $2 coin is an Aboriginal, which is like an Australian native. Then in the background is the Southern Cross, which is a constellation that you can only see in the Southern Hemisphere. So in the Northern Hemisphere, you can't see it, but you can see the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper, which you can't see in the Southern Hemisphere.
Okay.
So Big Dipper and Little Dipper in Northern Hemisphere, and Southern Cross is the Southern Hemisphere.
And were you able to see the Southern Cross when you were in the Southern Hemisphere?
Yes, a few times.
Okay, and what was our best time for seeing that?
When we were in the middle of nowhere out in Western Australia.
And it was super bright.
Yeah.
And it's on the flag too, right? So it's kind of the signature constellation.
It's pretty special.
Yeah. All right, well thanks for giving us a little tour of Australia's coins.